Allison, my mother-in-law said then, eyes narrowing with a smile, since today's such a good day, there's something I'd like to discuss with you. Please, go ahead, I replied. You see, with Sammy and Scott heading off to university soon, that 3-bedroom apartment will be awfully empty with just you living there. Once they leave, why don't Henry and I move in? While you're at work, I can cook for you. So this was her real intention. My parents had paid the down payment for my apartment. Originally, the deed was supposed to carry Jeremy's name. But half a year after our marriage, he had taken Janie out for a drive, and the two of them never returned. I received what was left of him in a small urn. My parents, seeing how hard life was for me, had helped with the mortgage ever since. For that reason, the deed bore only my name. Now, with the boys nearly grown, my in-laws, Henry Grant and Wendy Alden, had set their eyes on my home. Mom, it's not that I don't want you to stay, I said evenly, but Sammy and Scott will be going abroad for further studies. I've already sold the apartment to prepare. I plan to buy a 1-bedroom for myself, and use the rest of the money to support their education. My father-in-law's face darkened. He slammed the table with his palm. You're our daughter-in-law. How could you make such a big decision without consulting us? Feigning surprise, I answered, but I'm doing all these for Jeremy's children. The money from the sale, hand it to Wendy. She'll keep it safe. I don't trust you with such large sums. You spend too freely. Normally, if I had explained it was for the boys' sake, they might not have pressed further. But today, they seemed to treat me as though my role was over now that the children had been admitted to university. I kept my composure. I've already arranged everything with a lawyer. The money is locked into a growth trust. From now on, Sammy and Scott will each receive $1,000 a month, every month, until they turn 40. At that, Henry's skull eased, his brows loosening. Now that's better. At least you know enough to leave the money to the boys. Forget about buying another apartment. Just rent something small. No need to waste the money. Just as the family's chatter refused to die down, the restaurant manager walked over and handed me a microphone. Today is both a birthday banquet and a celebration for these two young men's admission to university, he announced. As their mother, perhaps you could say a few words, share some thoughts on raising them. I accepted the microphone. Thank you all for coming to celebrate my sons, Scott and Sammy. Today your sons got into Cornwall. But what kind of occasion is this, without their real parents here? A voice cut me off mid-sentence. A man and a woman entered, hand in hand.